President Trump puts in effect a blockade in Iran.
We're not going to let that happen.
After the two nations failed to reach a peace agreement. Food, fun, and community returns in Indian state.
The food is also fantastic. You have a wide variety of...
In time celebrating its 20th anniversary Seed Food Festival. And FIU's president make a special visit to the Biscayne Bay campus.
And I'm always excited to come back.
Promoting new innovations for students. These stories and more coming up on Newsbreak.
Hello, South Florida. I'm Nicolette Esper.
And I'm Valentina Gaspari. Today is Tuesday, April 14th, 2026.
Live from the Lee Caplin School of Journalism and Media in North Miami, this is Caplin News.
The U.S. adds their own blockade onto the Strait of Hormuz. This morning, the U.S. placed a military blockade on Iranian port after the two countries failed to reach a peace deal over the weekend.
Yes, President Trump says that if a peace deal is not reached within the 2-week ceasefire, quote, it won't be pleasant for them. The blockade targets the Strait of Hormuz, with the president warning that the U.S. will sink Iranian ships that come near the blockade. The president also claims that Iran has made contact with him to plan a deal.
We can't let a country blackmail or extort the world, because that's what they're doing. They're really blackmailing the world. We're not going to let that happen.
Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer says that Democrats plan on forcing a vote to rein in the president's war power in response to his handling of the war in Iran.
U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio is set to host talks later today between Israeli and Lebanese ambassadors as efforts to reach a ceasefire continue. Officials say the meeting will tackle security along Israel's northern border and supporting Lebanon's push for full sovereignty. Analysts say this will mark the highest level direct meeting between Israel and Lebanon since 1993.
California Congressman Eric Swalwell announcing he is planning to resign from Congress amid sexual assault allegations. 4 women are accusing the Democratic representative of sexual misconduct. One of them, a former staffer who claims Swalwell sexually assaulted her back in 2024 when she was drunk. The announcement comes as he's facing a House ethics investigation and mounting pressure on both sides of the aisle to step down. The 45-year-old is also stepping down from the California gubernatorial race, where he was a front-runner. And Swalwell, who's married and has 3 children, has denied the allegations.
FIU President Jeanette Nunez visited the Biscayne Bay campus yesterday to discuss university innovations and speak to students and alumni. Caplin's Enzo Paso shows us more.
I always love coming because it's a space that's really it's inspirational, truly, and I'm always excited to come back and visit.
FIU's Biscayne Bay campus can get pretty quiet sometimes, but when the president, Jeanette Nunez, is here, everything changes.
Welcome back. Thank you.
And at her 3rd visit at the Radcliffe Center, the president had the opportunity to speak to students and discuss some of FIU's recent innovations.
Here to do an amazing podcast with Maggie and visit the campus.
The president was the guest of Tech Conversations. The podcast celebrated its 5th anniversary with the presence of Ms. Nunez.
People, when they come on the podcast, to just in one word describe yourself. One word.
So we always want to feature our university leadership on the podcast to talk about different things affecting our community, especially so much alumni that is in our community. We thought no better time to bring in President Nunez, who has visited the incubator for the 3rd time today, that she come here and do the podcast with us during this celebratory year.
Ms. Nunez also had time to highlight some of FIU's influence at the launch of Artemis 2, the airspace mission which happened over the last week.
One of the interesting parts is that FIU students have been part of Artemis, not only our students, but our alumni, up to 30, developing water filtration systems, developing coding for the lunar modules, training astronauts. I think that's one of the best kept secrets of FIU.
And while these visits might only happen monthly, innovations are going to keep running on a daily basis. Reporting from the Biscayne Bay campus, I'm Enzo Paso, Caplin News.
April is Autism Awareness Month, and a workshop took place at FIU to hear from experts and connect. Caplin's Alvaro Acosta has more.
For many families, autism awareness isn't a one-year conversation. It's a daily reality. And today, we're going to cover the Autism Awareness event here at FIU, where families advocate and come together to share resources, experience, and support. The event focused on the reality of what it's like to have a family member with autism. as well as moments that are often overlooked by people who don't have this experience. Here's Dr. Angela Tejeda going into depth on what are some of those struggles.
The access to get more knowledge. And when I say more knowledge, it's basically when they accept a diagnosis or they don't accept that diagnosis or they live in denial.
Besides giving advice on how to cope with a family member with autism, Dr. Angela also showed us a robot companion by the name of Randy, who can help your loved one when sometimes the world may seem too loud. As well as that, we have expert Jeffrey Jarvis going over what some of the difficulties can be for the caregivers.
I think caregivers need a lot of additional support. I'm sure you've heard the saying, it takes a village to raise a child. There is, of course, additional struggles when it comes to raising a child that has a diagnosis such as autism.
Thanks to events like this, students can be more educated in these situations and spread the love and understanding to their peers. Reporting for Caplin News, this is Alvaro Acosta.
Grab a plate because the Deering Estate hosted its 20th annual seafood festival. Caplin's Dylan Pizet has the catch.
Oh, it's just time to show off. We try and make it here every year. It's big. It's a good time for our employees to get out, chance to interact with the community. It's usually a great time, and we try to be here as much as we can.
For over 20 years, the Deering Estate has brought both people and businesses to Cutler Bay for awesome seafood. But it's not just seafood that gets people excited. There's also drinks.
We're different because we're able to have 6 different taps and we're able to give them different varieties of different drinks on tap. It makes me excited because we're locals and we're giving back to the community drinks that they want. We ask for feedback and they give us what they want to have on tap.
While the vendors were trying their hardest to sell their product, plenty of regular people were just out enjoying the day.
Probably the music and the vibe. The food is also fantastic. You have a wide variety of different restaurants. You have sports grill, you have sushi, you have seafood, you have it all. It feels great. And speaking of the sun, I'm glad that the weather held up. It was raining all this week, so I'm very happy that it held up.
The Deering Estate Foundation is celebrating 20 years of Seafood Festival this year. Deering Estate Foundation Executive Chairman Nina Zanilla gave her thoughts on the success of the event. Action.
Oh, it's so exciting, and it makes you feel energized. Commitment from community, volunteers. It means commitment from all of our sponsors, from all of our food vendors, that they love this day of bringing community and culture together. It's amazing.
The Deering Seafood Festival gets busier and busier every year, so make sure you arrive early next April. Reporting in Cutler Bay, I'm Dylan Pizet, Caplin News.
Swimming in Florida waters can work up a thirst for a unique sea animal. Take a look at this video. Yesterday, police near Tampa caught a manatee drinking from fresh water from a boat after its marine unit wrapped up patrol. Police were cleaning the boat when the unexpected dock inspector stopped by, and they waited for the manatee to finish before docking. While these sea cows love fresh water, experts say boaters shouldn't give it to them or encourage them to come close. I think it should be fair.
That is such a Florida story. We have to take care of our manatees.
Right?
That was so cute.
I think to give them fresh water, why not?
I love it. While the latest coming from Britney Spears is raising concerns online.
Yeah, that's still ahead, and so is this story.
This is just an unbelievable opportunity, and you can't beat it.
Baseball brothers playing together for FIU. Newsbreak will be back in just 2 minutes.
So many.
Really use a new tablet. I just don't have the money.
Let me ask you something. Do you have a Pell Grant?
Yes.
You do know you can get a free tablet, right?
Did you say free?
Yeah, free. It's simple. And the application is done in the store.
I could really use a tablet.
Go get one. Another satisfied customer. Stop by Panther-Tech in the Graham Center at FIU MMC today to speak with one of our associates to get your free tablet.
type 2 diabetes can have a big impact on your life. But how can it be prevented? Well, the first step is knowing if you have something called prediabetes. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org.
FIU baseball has some brotherly love this season. After more than a decade, the FIU baseball team welcomes a pair of brothers to its roster, the 6th in its history.
That's right. Caplin's Kevin Barral has the details.
For the first time since 2013, the FIU baseball program has a pair of brothers on the same team. Trayson and Taggart Cameron became the 6th pair of brothers to suit up in the blue and gold.
I mean, you dream of it every day. Like when you're growing up, this is just an unbelievable opportunity, and you can't beat it. You really can't.
Both two-way players, meaning that they can pitch and hit, attended John Carroll Catholic High School, where they both played on the same team. This marks the first time since that they're teammates again.
It's good. We try to keep the brother stuff out of it, be more like teammates when we're on the field, but it's great to have them.
Trayson, who's in his 3rd season with the program, and Taggart, just a freshman, have both played quite a bit already this season, with the main goal to win games. But during camp, if they both have an opportunity to face each other, they know they're competing for bragging rights.
Not necessarily, but definitely when we see each other, because we both are two-ways, so when we see each other in the box or on the mound, the level of competitiveness definitely steps up a little bit, just because it's your little brother.
Totally, yeah. I mean, we don't say anything, but definitely in the future it's going to be talked about. It's just, you can't, you have to talk about it.
After sweeping the Kennesaw State Owls at home, FIU takes to the road to face Jacksonville State, the Gamecocks. For Caplin News, I'm Kevin Burrell.
Pop superstar Britney Spears has confirmed that she is seeking unspecified treatment in a facility. This news comes shortly after she was arrested in the beginning of March with suspicions for driving under the influence. Britney has had several mental health struggles throughout the years, as well as bizarre media posts leaving her fans concerned. However, with this latest update, many are hoping for a positive outcome and her well-being. You're watching Newsbreak. We're coming right back.
Radcliffe Art and Design Incubator is the velocity accompanying the fellow's rudder, as in a boat. Unless there is movement or action, the planned direction is of little consequence. We encourage the creative ideas into action, and from the experience of doing, we critically assess the feedback, adjust, and set out to rediscover the potentialities of an entrepreneurial mindset.
Stand
plan is precise, no margin for error.
Dare to forget that. Dare to have fun with it. Get weird with it. Dare to send those old STEM theories flying past the neighbor's house into outer space. Dare to program something internet-breaking, record-breaking. Dare to blow their minds. Dare to learn the difference between sedimentary and metamorphic rock. Go find those rocks. Dare to keep daring. Dare to STEM. Check out She Can STEM to get started.
Well, that's all the time we have for Newsbreak. I'm Valentina Gaspari.
And I'm Nicolette Esper, and this is one of our last times on the desk together.
I can't believe it. I feel like time has flown by.
It has, and I wish you all the luck and success.
Thank you so much.
But anyways, get more news anytime at caplinnews.fiu.edu.